Hey y'all, I originally had another video planned for today, but that's why I can't super be on the schedule because things change, I change. So as you can see from the title, this video is going to be about abortion. A young and pregnant video. I said in there that I said that I could do a video talking about abortion because I have a little bit of experience with the topic or whatever. So my friend told me that I should, but I basically kind of forgot about it until today when I received a comment on that video. I don't know if it's a male or a female. I didn't ask. I really don't know. I just feel like, should they have been a male? I don't feel like, a guy will never understand what it's like to contemplate having an abortion, number one. A guy will also never understand what it's like to have an abortion, number two. Now I'll tell you my story right here. I did not have an abortion. I have only been pregnant one time in my life, and I had the baby. I thought about having an abortion because I was 22. I'm 23 now. I did not want any responsibilities. It was all, it wasn't all selfish. Most of it was selfish because I didn't think I was ready. I went to Planned Parenthood. I got the consultation. I had the abortion set up. I went to my now husband's sister's birthday party, and at the party I just had an epiphany that I'm keeping a baby. So I did not go through with the abortion. My boyfriend, who is now my husband, he was very supportive throughout the whole experience. He didn't push any decision upon me. He wasn't forcing me to keep it. He wasn't forcing me to have the abortion. So ultimately, even though we did talk about it, it was my decision. I will be the one pushing the baby out. So of course I talked to him about it because it is his baby as well. So I can't say that the guy shouldn't be involved in the conversation about whether you should have an abortion or not. If y'all are on a good, either way, it's his baby. He should know, honestly, what's going on or whatever. Whether he feels positively about the baby or negatively about the baby, he deserves to know that he may or may not, be a father or whatever. But that's the thing about abortion. Whether or not the woman has the baby, you'll always be a mom, and you'll always know. But he has the choice to, I don't know. So I don't know if I super thought about the pregnancy as a quote-unquote baby at that point, even though it was a baby, duh. But I don't know, it's just so touchy because now that I have her here, it's duh, she was a baby the whole time. But it's in that moment when I'm thinking about having an abortion or whatever, when I'm scared to have a baby or whatever, it's is this a baby? But yes, it's a baby. It's a baby. I haven't really looked into it to see if they have a heartbeat from the very beginning. I don't know. I didn't want to know, to be honest. That's just my experience. Like I said to the person who I was commenting to, I could never, at this point in my life, knowing what I know and going through what I have been through, I can never pass judgment on anybody making a decision based upon their situation and their circumstances. I can never pass judgment on that. And I couldn't do it because I was in the situation. I know how it feels. But again, he or she said something like, how would you feel if your daughter knew that you thought about having an abortion or whatever? And the thing about it is, my daughter will probably know. It's almost a guarantee that my daughter will know that I thought about having an abortion, because for people who have never been pregnant or had just started having sex or whatever, you don't think about getting pregnant. Nothing of that sort came into my mind. As the person who might have gotten it and ended up having the baby, that is a big decision. You don't want that. You don't want to have to make that decision, to be honest. If you feel like you're not ready to have a baby, you need to be safe having sex, period. If you just physically can't not have sex, you need to be safe while doing it. You need to wear condoms if birth control is for you. So my daughter will most likely know that I thought about having an abortion, and she will also know how hard it was for me to think about having an abortion. And like I said, it's a touchy topic for everybody. Like I said, I didn't want to know anything about having the baby. I didn't want to know anything about whether they had a heartbeat or whatever. I don't know. It's just a hard place to be in. It is a hard place to be in as a female, to be carrying something inside of you, whether it has a heartbeat or not, whether you've heard the heartbeat or not, and I don't know, maybe it's not hard for some people, but it was very hard for me. Very. Which is, probably one of the reasons why I didn't do it. But I also feel like for people, especially men, to have such harsh opinions on females who have abortions, like, you will never understand what that thought process is like. You'll never understand what it took for her to come to making that decision. I feel like as a person who has the right to give birth, because only women do, since we are at a place in the world where they have options or whatever, it's only right for her to look at her options, in my opinion. I've been through it. I was happy to have options. Abortions, if you've had them, if you're thinking about having them, I can never be a person to like say, you shouldn't do it, because everybody has their own story. Everybody is in their own circumstances. Things might have happened. Maybe you got raped and now you're pregnant. You don't know who the dad is and you don't want to be a single mom and blah, blah, blah. Like, people have their own stories. And even though it's hard, like, I'm about to cry. Oh, pull it together. Hold it in. Listen, everybody has their own stories. I feel like as a society, like, we are so judgmental, it makes no sense at all. And nobody has the answer. You don't even know what happens when you die. Like, you've never been dead. You have no idea. It's like, it just hurts my heart when people, I don't know, women have a very rough time. Like, just in general, from the periods to the hormones to pregnancy. And my daughter will most likely know that I contemplated having an abortion, because I want her to know everything is not peaches and cream out here. You can get pregnant. It's a high possibility that you will get pregnant. You're young, you're fertile, duh. You don't want to have to make that decision. You don't want to have to think about whether or not you're going to keep a baby. And I can't even imagine people who have had abortions. Like, that's probably the hardest thing you've had to do. Like, you remember it. That's part of your story. You had an abortion. And people judge you because of that. Like, that's not fair. It's not fair. Hopefully the person who commented those things on my video, like, again, I don't think they were coming from a negative place at all. I feel like they were really serious. For me, the conversation ended when he or she said something about carrying a baby in your room. Like, it's not your room, it's your womb. So as serious as I was taking it in the beginning, like, now I can't take you serious because you mistook womb for room. Like, I'm not carrying a baby in my room. The previous parts of the conversation were very, I don't know, it touched me a little bit, because I mean, I thought it was a male, and as a male, I feel like you have no right to, like, I don't know. I just feel like they have no right. You will never understand. You will never be in that situation ever in your life. You will never understand. You will never have to make that decision. I most likely will never have one in my life, but modern medicine and things of that nature, again, I don't know what goes into having abortions. I never had one. I don't know. But there are plenty of people out there who have had one and who are still healthy and things of that nature. But there are also probably people who have one and who aren't healthy. But that just comes with the territory. That's like birth control. Like, birth control clearly, like, can give you cancer. So it's like, women have a hard time. Guys can just go out here and have sex and you're done. As a mom, like, and that's why too, like, she probably will know, because I want my daughter to talk to me. I can't say that I'm going to be one of these, like, I can't say that she's going to be my friend, because we're not friends. Like, I'm your mom. Yes, we're not friends. Like, no. But in a sense, like, I'll be her best friend. I'm your biggest supporter. I'm behind you 100% all the way, every day of your life, 24/7. I don't want her to ever feel like she cannot come to me about things. I want her to know that she's going to get honesty. I want her to know that I have the best intentions for her. I want her to know that you don't have to do the same things that I did. You don't have to go through life you don't have to go, even though my life wasn't super horrible or whatever, but you can learn from me. I'm here. I can teach you. Daddy can teach you. Everybody is here for you. Like, and also, I don't want her thinking that she has to go out in the street or wherever to find somebody to talk to, because they're not, listen, they're not down for her like I'm down for her. I want her to know that. But yes, that's just my take on abortions. Like, I can never pass judgment. And as a man, I feel like men shouldn't pass judgment, especially, like, it's one thing if a woman passes judgment on a woman. Maybe you've been in that situation and you have some, like, deep, experience on a topic. That's okay. That's fine. But as a man, stay in your lane. That's not your lane. This is a touchy topic. I've been through it. This is not a good time. Bye.